I had a change of heart. Well, the news didn't sound as bad. It was going to come in later. So I was like, okay, well, I'll stay. And then plus I was following you to Tulsa anyway. And then that just gave me theoretically another hour, 45 minutes or so home. That's not the way that played out at all. Well, the snow was crazy.
It wasn't too bad.
It got bad after.
Okay, it was bad.
Yeah. And even with you, I mean, there were times that we just couldn't see. We couldn't see anything in front of us. I couldn't see you. You probably couldn't see the semi that was kicking up all the snow.
Yeah, when those semis passes, man, holy crap. It was like a whiteout.
Yo, Brandon. Yo.
He's the weird beardless guy.
I know, it's weird. When he got on, I was like, Lee, you look weird. I don't know if I can do this. We also had, you did not know this. I told you this just a second ago, but we had a silver Subaru. What was that? Forester Outback, I think.
I think it was an Outback.
Pass us with paper tags and passed us going down the turnpike like nothing. And then you left at Claremore and headed home because that's your kind of turn off to go home. Yep. And not 7 miles. What do you think? That 7 or 8 miles roughly? I told you where it was.
I think it's 14 miles.
It's 14 miles. Okay. Yeah. So 14 miles further, I see a pole that had been hit by a car and that silver Subaru sitting at the bottom of a long, steep ditch.
Isn't that crazy? Hang on.
It just, man, just because you have all-wheel drive doesn't mean you can act a fool. You know?
No, it doesn't. And that's the problem. People think that just because they got that all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive that they get a free pass.
Yeah, and you and I have talked about it, and you and I both agree. Four-wheel drive doesn't help you out in slickery conditions. Might help you get out of the ditch, but it doesn't help you get down the road in slickery. Yeah, that was a little close. Just saying.
What? Oh, I know. I was trying to change the mic around. Sorry. You know, it's just part of it.
Yeah. No, totally get it. So yeah, it took me, what did it end up taking me? Normally it takes me 4.5 to 5 hours. And I think it took me 7 hours to get home.
Yeah.
There was a big fire. If there wasn't a big fire on the turnpike, I would have been better, but I had to get off the turnpike.
Hey, look on your screen. Aaron's in there giving his confession.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Does anybody want to know why Aaron's giving a confession?
Well, hopefully they've seen the video by now.
Watch this.
Have you ever seen Bear Maze?
I've seen it. I've seen it work.
Yeah, and it works off a Scoville unit, right? So it's really hot and spicy, right? Yeah. You want to see how it works?
No.
You sure?
No, I'm pretty sure.
Lee, should we show him how it works?
No, I'm good.
This is a trainer, okay? Wow. So I wouldn't do that otherwise, but it's Lee tempted me to do that, and I apologize.
Yeah. To say that I wasn't completely caught off guard and surprised. I kind of knew something was up when he pulled the orange safety thing off of it. I was like, why is he doing that?
That shit's funny. I don't care who you are.
Why is he doing that? And then whenever he looked at you and started talking, I was like, uh-oh. Don't you want to see how it works? Well, it was a good experience. Thank you, Aaron. Paybacks are bitch, dude.
Oh, he's laughing. Look at him.
They just are bitch. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
This one was going to be played again and again.
And again, yeah. I've enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty funny. I played it for most of my family, so they thought it was pretty funny. Dude, so the More Expo was phenomenal. We went live, you said 31 times.
31. We had 31 times. Actually, I think we went more than that, but some of them were kind of questionable. And I don't know if we had an internet issue or what was going on. So it wasn't great, but there was 31 videos on our Facebook and YouTube and on the More Facebook page.
Yeah. And then every once in a while we'd sneak those onto the companies that were sitting with us.
Yeah. So when we had CBI Off-Road and Prinsu Designs, we tapped into their Facebook page and we did the live interviews on their Facebook page. Same
And
with
how cool is Nathan and Mike?
They're
from
really
there?
cool. They really are.
Just so much fun to talk to. We got to spend quite a bit of time with them because we interviewed them a couple times.
Yeah.
And went by their booth, checked out their booth. Man, their swag is on point.
What is it they say? Dope. No, that's what the
Dope.
kids say. Dope.
I don't think I don't think that's what they say right now.
Oh, okay.
I think that was something they said back when we were.
I'm 50, even though I don't look it.
Yeah, not 50. Anymore.
Yeah.
Not anymore, that's for sure.
Either way, that was some cool stuff they had. And we ended up with a shirt. You got a shirt?
Yeah, we got a shirt. Yeah. So, I got a long sleeve. And did you get a short sleeve or a long sleeve?
I got a short sleeve.
Right on.
But yeah, so we went live on their Facebook page. We did it 23-0, which was pretty cool.
Yeah, Justin, it was fun to actually get to sit and talk to him face to face. And he is a riot.
He's a freaking riot, man.
He was one of the funnest guys at the whole convention. I had a blast with him.
We saw him often. The interviews with
Ryan. With Ryan. Yeah.
Jesus, that was hilarious, man.
So much fun.
And his his terminology, one, I already struggle.
Car park.
Yeah, but I kind of struggle sometimes just to pick up on what he's saying, and a lot of times it takes me a second just to kind of process it, and then I get what you're saying. Like
the
car park
thing,
the whole thing. I would just terms. He's got terms that are different.
It's a different world over there.
I could teach him to talk redneck. It'd be really nice because
he's been here for like 9 years. So there's no reason why he can't conform. Come on, man. No, we love it. We love the accent.
Yeah, we do.
It's just a lot of fun.
Okay,
and then
Brandon.
Oh wait, what?
I hate to take the news to you, but I left my oil fire with Chris Holloway, and I do have another bottle up here, but it's unopened and it goes to somebody, so I can't take it. So I'm sorry.
I don't even have. I've got.
But there is rum and Coke.
I've just got the Coke. I was out. I passed my bottle that I took with me around at Aaron's at Artemis. We had a little after party there one night, and I was given just a little bit to anybody that would have it. And I don't remember. There was maybe one nay out of everybody. That was like, I could just kind of whatever.
Well,
but most people are like,
wow. They had lace on their drawers, so it don't matter.
Something.
So yeah, hey, Mark is in the chat. Mark's stuck down under in Australia. He's with us. It's morning time there, so he's probably just getting up. Let's see, what's today? It's probably Tuesday for them, I'm guessing. Anyway, Mark, I got to tell you, Jason did a really good job.
Oh, yeah, he did.
You did get to see the whole. I mean, we had a pre and a post conversation, Mark, just so you know. And we're talking about Jason at Red Arc.
Yeah.
And he came over and he brought, he's in Perth. Where the fuck Perth is, I don't know. It's somewhere down there on that island. But
Perth's on the I think that's on the west side.
Yeah. Either way, I mean, if you just keep going around the perimeter, you'll get there. So,
wow,
I'm teasing Mark. No, Jason he did a great job. Super neat guy. He's very, very knowledgeable. See, you're right, Western Australia. He's very knowledgeable, and so the interview is out there on our Facebook page and YouTube page. So, hey, Mark, go look at it if you haven't seen it. It's short, sweet, but to the point, and off camera. We had a great conversation with.
Yeah, we did.
Your booth looked wonderful.
Looked really good.
I mean, your booth was great, and when the freight company finally delivered the rest of it, it looked really even better.
Everybody was having problems with that.
Having problems. Yeah.
The weather was not the best for us at all.
Yeah, joke. So anyway, he did a great job. I wanted to tell you that because most of the time Mark comes in at the beginning and then he's gone by the end. So
gotcha.
He said he saw it and he did do a great. Yeah. So he did. Hopefully it meets Marion's approval too. So
Yeah.
tell her we said hey.
It was a good time, definitely.
Yeah.
So let's talk about some of the booths.
They just got some cool stuff, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
Red Ark's booth was amazing.
it
They
was
had some amazing
huge.
vehicles. Chris's Lexus was there on display because he's got a whole Red Arc system in the back of that thing.
Yep, the Gladiator looked killer. The X-Venture trailer.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they had all their stuff out on the table, and I mean, it looked great.
You know what I was completely blown away with, and I'm so glad that I saw it in person because in pictures I thought it looked pretty cool. But the Ozark Mountain Adventure Vans, Dustin.
Oh my God! Talk about craftsmanship.
The fit and finish was really there.
Oh my God, the craftsmanship on that stuff is just amazing.
One of the things that I loved is that they have slat lights that go from right behind the cab area all the way down the back, and it's on a dimmer. So you've got a row of lights, a wooden slat, a row of lights, a wooden slat, and it's on a dimmer, so you can just adjust it. And it was amazing.
Yeah. It was crazy. I mean, it was just crazy.
And the price?
The woodwork. Okay. $129,000 for a diesel Benz 4-wheel drive. Completely built out with some beautiful woodworking. I mean, those wood floors and the slat lighting. And I mean, just folks, I don't care who you go look at for vans. If you don't give these guys a look, you're making a
big financial mistake.
And
plus, it's built probably. I think it's probably built. I don't want to say better because I haven't seen everybody's.
Yeah,
but I can't imagine there being many vans out there, many companies that can compete with the quality of that. There's there might be a few, but they come from 41 years of building limos.
And, I was gonna say, I mean, they've built limos for huge, big dignitaries in other countries, and movie stars, and
talk about a good time, Dustin.
Oh my God!
Oh geez,
Dustin is a two-legged party.
Yeah, and then when his wife showed up, it was like they're meant to be together.
Oh my God! You know what's funny is I sat there, we had this conversation, and sometimes we're gonna tell some stories, I'm sure tonight, but. Here's the thing. When I met her, she's a very pretty lady.
Yeah.
And he married up. But as soon as we started having a conversation with her, I quickly realized she was a ball buster for him. I mean, he talks a big game, but when it comes down to the brass tacks, I'm pretty sure she's got him in her purse.
Have you ever heard of a sparkler bomb?
I know all about the sparkler bomb. Yeah. In the house. Yeah.
That was the funny. I'm not going to say the story. You'll have to just see him and hear it. I can't do it justice.
No, here's what we're going to do. At the next rendezvous, we're going to make one. And we're going to videotape it. And that's what we're going to, that's what we're going to do.
Very cool. Very cool. Artemis booth looked nice. Of course, he had the Ozark Mountain Adventure Vans with him. He had Re-Rover, which you can't see. Uh-oh. Got my shirt on. Got my Re-Rover shirt on. Kimberly trailers. They had another van. I don't remember what that was about, but they had another van. Of course, Alley Cab was shown off there. They had one of their inserts that has the whole camper setup in it. Just cool stuff. And he had quite a bit of stuff, and they were kind of in their own little area. So it kind of really made it feel it was just awesome. And then you've got the East and West Wings, which were there was a Sherp there.
Okay, the Sherp's cool. I'd like to take that thing. Did you know that thing has a Webasto diesel heater built into it too, as an auxiliary heater? So it just burns the diesel off the engine, so you have extra heat in that thing. Is that not cool or what? Oh, guess what? I think Michael froze. I think Michael froze on me.
Can you hear me?
Oh, there he is.
Can you hear me?
I got his audio.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I got you.
I can see me moving, but I can't tell what's going on.
You're back. I think you're okay.
Okay, good. Yeah, we were talking about the Sherp. It was cool. Oh, are you hearing me? Now you got me freaked out.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. What What about that big old truck parked across the way from us?
Hey, what about look at the so that is Global Expedition Vehicles.
Yeah.
Let's pull them up on the screen here real quick. That thing was massive.
Yes. Super cool.
It's not like huge roomy inside, but it was laid out nice. It was cozy. It's great for a couple people. I mean, plus it just goes damn near anywhere, you know?
And what was crazy is I go live. The first time I went live, we had gone live and I'm, still sitting there at the booth. And were you there when she walked up, or did you walk off and come back?
I was just coming back from getting somebody. I don't even remember who it was now. And she was showing you the picture.
Yeah. Okay. So she had walked up and she had asked me what Overland Radio was. And so I told her, well, we're on this platform. We go live. I do a show at 7, on Tuesdays, and, all this kind of stuff. And we show it on Facebook and YouTube live at the same time we're on the radio. And it just gives a really good live feel, and it's great for interviews and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
And she pulls out her phone and she goes, because she said, I own that company.
Yeah.
And one of the people that bought one of our trucks is from the Netherlands and sent me a screenshot of the video and said, I was yelling at the screen for you to turn around. And she was like, this just happened. So she was like, what's going on? And so she came over to find out what we were doing. And it was great talking to her.
Nice
I hope
lady.
we get to talk to her some more and possibly do some interviews with her. And then maybe since it's I kind of call it one of my stomping grounds. I seem to go up there, quite a bit. I kind of hope maybe we can do one there at the shop that they have, because they are in Springfield.
That'd be pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be super cool.
Yeah. They're neighbors to Aaron at Artemis.
Yeah. Yeah. They're right there, right next to. In fact,
yeah.
They have, I think, usually one of the raw vehicles parked in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Without the back on it. So the cab and the chassis.
Super
Speaking
nice
of Re-Rover, so I mentioned Re-Rover. They had their 6x6 there with just the cab on it.
I cannot wait to see that thing finished.
Dude, it's
I gotta be
dumb.
honest with you. It's hard to explain. It's intriguing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, I can't wait to see what they do with it. I mean, I envision that honestly with something like a Bison camper on the back.
Well, what they're going to do is they're going to put a flatbed on it.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to make it. Yeah, I think they're going to make it like a 4-door maybe, and then put a flatbed on it. Maybe they're going to keep it as a 2-door and put a flatbed. I'm not sure, but they're going to put a flatbed on it, and you can do whatever you want with it. It can be modular, custom. You can put sides on it. You can put a camper on it.
I don't know. I just think it's cool. So it doesn't matter. I mean, it's already, they've whacked the back half of that, or actually back.
Right behind the door.
Yeah. So I can't.
Yeah, right behind the front door. So what was the booth that stuck out to you?
One of the, I think, I have to say that Artemis had a nice booth. It was big. I mean, it took up that whole side. But the one booth that I thought, me personally, was one of the biggest laid out booths, or I guess had the most inventory for. They didn't just have one thing there, like a vehicle or a couple, but you could shop. That was CB Adventure.
They had a bunch of stuff.
So between CB Adventure, you had them, you had Artemis, you had Overland Addict, you had 2 or 3 of them like that all had nice booths that you could go in. And they had merchandise.
And buy quite a bit of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, granted, I like to see all the builds and all the accessories, the racks and the bumpers and things like that. But those were the ones that stuck out the most to me.
And Ryan was a blast.
Ryan's a freaking nut job, man.
So much fun. And then, of course, Justin kept interrupting us.
Yeah. And then you got, Chad's just the consummate professional, as I say.
Cool as a cucumber.
Yeah, that guy, nothing rattles him. He's laid back.
And he got his Mercedes fixed, so we can't give him crap. Well, we can still give him crap. Come on now.
Yeah, we
He
need
still did like damage it the first time he took
he
it out.
may actually have one of the coolest beards in the building next to
Hey.
Aaron Paris.
Hey, what's going on? What's going on here?
Well, I mean, Chad's doesn't have all that gray in it.
But it's starting to.
Yeah, I did
Man.
see it. I saw a few little
Yeah,
stragglers.
it's starting to.
Yeah, his age is starting to show. Chad, we know, Chad. It's okay. You come over to our side.
Yeah. The
But
Expo Rally guys were there. Talis.
AJ had the
Yeah, he had
I
a
think
60
AJ
series.
probably had the best looking vehicle in the whole place. Classic vehicle.
Yeah, that 60 series is badass.
Oh my
With the
God.
now he's got an alley cab camper on it.
Yep. Talis.
Yeah. And Talis, I mean, when you see that thing in person, like we were talking, and when you see that thing in person, I mean, it's pretty impressive.
It's beyond impressive.
Yeah, and those two guys are awesome. And we didn't get a chance to get them over on the radio because they were so busy.
Yeah, they were.
I mean, just so busy.
Now, there's a couple of new vendors there
There were a few, yeah.
And one of them comes to mind that I really liked, and they came on the radio and did a couple of interviews with us. That's CBI Off-Road and Princeau Designs.
Yeah.
So it was neat to see them there. I tried to get the guys at 589 Fab, but they didn't show up. So
yeah, and the guys at CBI, we've already talked to them that we need to go camp with them because they're up in Idaho, and that's, you know, there's a new bucket list place for me, the mini Swiss Alps that's up there, and of course you got the Grand Tetons, you got all kinds of stuff up
and
there.
You can camp in a 23-0 tent.
See, there you go. You were all about throwing the vendors up there. That's awesome.
You like that?
Did you get a new toy on the old switchboard there?
Half of my shit that I needed for the Artemis show, or Artemis for the Expo, the More Expo, and to do all the I know Artemis thing because I was about to say something about Artemis too. Half of my shit just was here when I got back because it didn't show up because of the weather prior to the show, you know. But
yeah, we'd planned on being there Wednesday, and then we got pushed back to Thursday, and then you were worried you're going to be pushed back to Friday, but you just kind of said screw it, and you showed up about 11:45.
Yeah,
and then we had setup day, and that was a blast. Some of the best French fries I've ever had at Best of Luck Bar and Grill.
Those were
Best of Luck Bar. What was it? Bar Hall or something?
I don't know.
Something like that.
It was downtown Springfield.
Oh, and who was it that? Oh gosh, who was it? Was it Adam Bryant that showed us the new drink?
Dude, Fireball and orange juice. Who would have ever?
You wouldn't have thought that would be
that was
killer drink.
But
oh my gosh!
Thing.
And then Joey drank all mine. He drank all my birthday one.
Yeah.
Someone bought me one for my birthday, and then Joey drank it all. So I'm not going to be bitter. Joey's stuck. Joey's still stuck up there. He hadn't gone home yet.
No. There's AJ listening in.
AJ!
About time you got here. We were just talking about you.
We did. We just talked about how beautiful your Toyota is.
Actually, we were talking about his wife. She's much better looking than he is.
Very much so.
Although when he puts that hat on, I mean, he's pretty dapper when he gets the hat.
He gets that little schoolboy grin, that little like mischievous. Yeah. What are we doing? Okay, so let's move on. Let's get out of there.
So, the orange juice and Fireball. Who would have ever thought? I mean, I'm not a Fireball person at all.
Yeah, but that was good.
That was good. So
that was really good.
Gonna have to put that on my list to try again.
Yeah.
No,
there were so many people there.
I know. What I was going to say about Artemis a minute ago was, I walked over there probably, I don't know, 3 or 4 times just to walk through. And of course, they had so much stuff over in that one side. But the one thing I got to say is he had, I think, everything that was it Covea? Is that how you say it? Or Covea?
Mm-hmm. Covea. Yeah.
I think he had everything they have.
Yeah. He had a lot.
I mean, and of course, there's 2 or 3 things I'd really like to have, to be honest with you. But
oh yeah,
I didn't want to come home with too much because, oof,
get in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah. And plus that it had to sit in the back of the truck and it was snowing.
Yeah. So didn't do that, obviously. But anyway, yeah, there's so many new vendors, so many people. Of course we gotta talk, there's some YouTubers there.
There was.
Who was there?
Well, there was Brad with Trail Recon. We got to interview him.
He's down to earth.
And
now,
he is super cool.
Here's what I'm gonna say, and this is gonna, of course, Michael knows me. I'm opinionated as hell, so I'm gonna say this, and I'm not gonna mention names. I'm not gonna like give clues or anything, but I'm gonna tell you what I did learn this weekend. And what I learned was that there are certain YouTubers that when you meet them, they're fucking assholes.
Huh. Wow.
And then there's some that aren't. And I'm telling you right now, Brad from Trail Recon is one of the coolest, most down to earth, nicest guys.
Yes.
You could ever imagine.
And if you really want to get on his good side, just mention the charity chief.
Yeah, mention the chief. But no, all kidding aside, he's a normal guy. He's in front of a camera a lot, and he's got a lot of good influence, but he's nice and he's genuine. And then there's a few other ones who are up and coming who they're just fucking assholes. I'm just gonna tell you right now. I talked to one in particular that was there and tried to have a conversation just in general and even invite them onto the radio. It pretty much got told to not directly F off.
You know what? I'm shocked I haven't heard this story.
Yeah, I tried to.
We can talk later.
I tried to funnel it in the back of my head, just say it was maybe they were having a bad day.
Yeah.
But, and then you got.
I'll tell you who was cool. Grant
is in his Superman mustache. Grant, very cool.
With Arkansas Off-Road. Yeah, he was so funny. And I'd met him. I mean, I kind of know him. So I'd met him before a couple times and we had talked a few times. But to actually sit down and interview him was a blast. And the energy that he has is real. I mean, that's just the way he is.
Hilarious too, man. He really is. He's funny, and he's got that kind of personality and that sense of humor, doesn't he, Michael? That you almost don't know what to expect, and then he lays it on you, and you're dying laughing at him.
Yeah.
So
and then we didn't get to interview him, but the Crofts were there.
Yeah, but we did get to talk to Rochelle afterwards.
Yeah.
And she was real nice. I did talk to Clay for a little bit, but they were just so busy. And she was extremely nice. I mean, gosh, both of them were really nice. They really, really were. And she actually came over towards the end of the show and stood there and talked to you and I. And we talked heavily about having, getting
Women's Wednesday
thing.
Yeah.
And she offered up to help.
Yeah.
And so. And then,
I'm getting excited. We made a lot of good contacts when it comes to Women's Wednesday, and it's something we haven't really talked about on here because we've talked about wanting to get more women influencers on here to talk about what it's like to be a woman overlanding and all those different things. But it just so happened that this weekend we made a lot of good contacts with women that are in this lifestyle. I mean, I want to call it a sport, a lifestyle, whatever. That seem pretty interested on coming on every once in a while and sharing what they know.
Yeah. Toby, it wasn't Grant, man. Grant's just cool as a cucumber. He really is. But
no, Grant was super cool. Yeah.
There was one, it was a single individual. There was another couple at the other end called the Russos. And anyway, so they weren't as friendly, but
gotcha.
It's okay. I mean, they were busy and they didn't want to talk with them. And the radio's not for everybody. I get that. So it doesn't hurt my feelings.
Yeah.
Just happen to think that a simple no, but thank you is good.
Well, and here's the deal. We're, we're pretty new at this.
But I know, but I don't like people being asses.
Yeah.
Except for me.
I tell you who was a lot of fun to interview was Matt.
Oh my God. Matt was good.
We had a good interview with Matt,
Yeah,
and
he was
I
good.
butcher his last name every time. McKellen. I butcher it. I don't ever feel like I'm saying it right. And we had a really good conversation with him. And then he was dumb enough. Did he end up going camping? Did
you
we ever
just say
find out?
dumb enough? Did you say dumb enough to go
Yeah,
camping?
dumb enough to go camping when it's cold outside. Now, our conversation, and I found out that he wasn't going to end up doing the hammock like he kept saying he was going to.
Right.
He all day Saturday he was like, oh no, I'm going to do a hammock. I'm going to do a hammock. And I was like, dude, you're an idiot. That's not a good idea. He just laughed, and he's like, no, I got this underquilt. I'll actually be hot. I was like, no, I don't think so.
Dude, you're gonna be a popsicle, brother. That's what you're gonna be.
And and they almost had Brad with Trail Recon with them, but I don't know. Depending on where they were going, I don't know that it was a good idea to be out there because they had to cancel the S'more to More route because it was so icy. I mean, even the mud, was just icy and too hard to too hard to go through.
Who's sending you messages? Tell me.
Friend of mine.
Oh, are they listening in?
Yeah, she had been sending me messages. Leslie, a friend of mine, had been sending me messages saying that just talking to me, and then she was like, "Oh, sorry, forgot about your show."
Nice.
So anyway,
yeah. So I wonder if Matt went ahead and went because he did put out a video, and I watched it today of them going home.
Yeah.
After the expo. So
Gotcha.
Who knows? But man, it was cool. There was a lot of neat people there. It was great to see Diode Dynamics. It was great to see, hey, our buddy Mason. We got to tell you. I mean,
Blue Line Overland. Yeah.
Yeah.
He sat with us for a while. We messed up the audio at the beginning.
I messed it up.
Somehow something happened, and
no, it was me.
And we kind of had to. We tried to. Obviously, we went live. It's on Facebook, but it was quiet for the first couple minutes, and then it got crazy. But I got sprayed in the face, of course, by Aaron Paris. That was a good time. We've already gone through that.
Yeah, but
so many good interviews.
Have you ever seen Bear Maze?
I've seen it.
Yeah,
I've seen it work.
Yeah, and it works off a Scoville unit, right? So it's really hot and spicy, right? Yeah. You want to see how it works?
No.
You sure?
No, I'm pretty sure.
Lee, should we show him how it works?
No, I'm good.
This is a trainer, okay? Wow. So I wouldn't do that otherwise, but it's Lee tempted me to do that, and I apologize.
You just can't get enough of it, can you?
I'm dying here.
You know, like how I'm like, no.
Oh my god.
No, I don't want to do it.
So
no, I don't want. No. And then he just nails me.
That was for everybody that hadn't seen it yet.
He just nails me. It's one of those things where I've watched it probably a couple times over and over again. So
the funny part was it's just water and some compressed air, and also it's
dude, I'm telling you, there's a little something in there because my eyes were stinging. There was a little, and I thought he was. To be honest, I thought he was a lot closer.
Yeah, he's
a little further away than I thought he was going to be.
Yeah. Oh my god, it's so funny. It makes me I laugh, start crying. I'm laughing so hard. Oh man, because the whole time I was just waiting. I'm like, please don't bail out on me, Aaron. Don't be a wuss. Don't be a wuss, dude. Come on. And when I saw him flip that thing off the
when he took the orange cap off, I was like, this isn't. Something's gonna happen. Something's gonna happen. And then he kept on, and then he looked at you, and I was like, oh man. And sure enough, he got me.
Oh my god, it's cracking me up. Oh, I can't wait to see what happens next. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah.
So
Ram Trucks was there.
Oh, did anybody get to go and drive the TRX? Because I wanted to, but obviously we just didn't have time. But
we didn't get to do. I really didn't. I didn't get to go to all the booths that I wanted to go to. Mountain Hatch was there. We didn't get a chance to connect with them.
We did see him on the way back taking a pit.
We did see him at a gas station on the way back, and got to inform them that there was a big fiery crash, and they probably needed a detour sooner to get around that. And hopefully they made it home safe because we did see him. You left it started getting really, really bad after you left. And I think really part of it was because it got dark, and of course our headlights and the snow, it's just not a good combination. So that's probably one of the reasons why it got a little sketchy. But yeah, so the Ram trucks were there, Mountain Hatch was there, Overland Reynolds was there.
And that Defender was beautiful.
Yeah, it was
and we were
cool.
going to try to get Frankie on, but it's just timing. So we're going to do this a little different next time. I think we're going to block out, not try to cram so many in, but just pick out, however many we could do, a 15-minute show, then take a little break for a little bit, and then do another 15-minute show or something like that. I think it might be a little bit easier than just.
Dude, I'm fine sitting there. Just bring them to me. Boom, boom,
Yeah,
boom.
Michael
boom,
was
boom.
like, just get them. So I just started going out and grabbing people and bringing them back, or getting them lined up. Heck, we had one.
What was crazy is when we had like 2 or 3 people like waiting.
Yeah, and it was like back to back. I'm like,
and what was even crazier is they waited.
And then Michael, every time we go live, Michael's like,
okay, we're live.
We're live again.
And then you start making fun of me, but we're live. I mean, that's what we were doing.
It's my job to make fun.
And then I got self-conscious about it. And then every time I said it, I was like, oh man, I'm saying it again.
I know, but that's what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah. And it was funny when we had Brad on. Now I am so surprised. Like I said something kind of the way he was
so excited.
So excited. Now we are so excited about this. And he did it right off the bat, and he started laughing. He was like, I did.
Like, you got me. Yeah.
I'm
telling you, he's a normal guy, and he's you could tell, at least, or I feel like I could tell he's a genuine guy.
Yeah.
And we talked about his E3 association, which is pretty cool.
Yes. Yeah.
In the beginning, I looked at that and I thought, oh no, not another one of these. But the more I looked at it, the more I like it. I mean, really, in the beginning, you always hear these things and you don't take the time to really look through them and see what they're about. But he's got some pretty wicked good content in that thing. I mean, stuff that you won't find on YouTube at all.
I was really upset that Mario wasn't with him.
But Mario follows us now on Instagram.
Yep, I talked
Shout
to him
out to Mario
on mine. He's pretty cool. He's good. He's one of those that like he's a big name and he still likes your stuff. Like it's pretty cool.
Yeah. See,
like I can always count on him liking,
that's the way Brad
my pictures and stuff like that. Yeah. So it was just really, really cool. I was saying a second ago, the guys with Brit Built, a lot of good information from them about how to get a Defender. Yeah, how to buy one, how to get one built, all that kind of stuff. What you need, what they need to do to get over to the United States as far as the 25-year rule and how the numbers all got to be the same. But once you get it here, you can change it and do whatever you want. But to get here, you have to have those numbers.
Original. Yeah, that was pretty interesting. I didn't know it had to be to the day.
To the day. Yeah, not like the year, but the day it actually rolled out of the factory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Toby says he just bought into E3. Okay, Toby, send us a message and tell us what you think of it.
Yeah. Let us know.
I mean, honestly, for those of you listening that haven't seen it, just go to it's the E3 Association. So you have E3 Off-Road, E3 Overland, and Camping. And there's a bunch more coming, but Brad's is the Overland. And I got to admit, I went and really took a good look at this thing, and there's a lot of good content in there. And Brad's got a team working with him, and they've put together something pretty impressive. I have to admit it is. And I'm skeptical sometimes about those kind of things, but all it took me was just a few minutes, plundering through it. That's it.
And again, it goes back to Brad. He seems like such a genuine guy that, once you meet him and you start talking to him about it, you're like, okay, this probably is a genuine thing. Like this is a real deal.
Yeah.
Not just something someone did just to, try to get a little further or get a little extra. So he does really care about the content and about what he's doing and what he's given his listeners and viewers. So hats off to him. He was super awesome.
You could tell he's passionate.
Who else did we have on?
Oh man. Oh gosh. We had
Megan. Her parents own a place down in Waco what was it called?
Lifted Junkies 4x4.
Lifted Junkies 4x4.
I think the website's just liftedjunkies.com, but I think she said it was Lifted Junkies 4x4. So we had her on talking about their business. We had
and her and I, are kind of kindred spirits because she had a Nitro and I had the Liberty, which is kind of the same thing.
That's funny. She said that, and then talked about getting stuck and or almost getting
all the troubles that you have with
just
all the issues that those things have because
they
share the same issues.
She was singing your song.
Oh yeah, and now she's still Jeep because she's got an XJ now. So she was fun to talk to, and she's possibly thinking about doing our Women's Wednesdays as well.
Absolutely,
and she hikes and does all the stuff.
Yeah, and then we had Beth from the Overlander. What's it? Let me get it. Hang on.
Overland Adventure Magazine, right?
Yeah, but I just had my copy here somewhere.
Oh, you hit it. Yeah, I got to hang out with her quite a bit. She used kind of that office behind us to kind of get her, to be her hub, so to speak. She was there to network and meet people, and I think she did a pretty dang good job because it seems like a lot of people were buzzing about the magazine. There it is right there. And hats off to her. Like this was the first magazine she did really on her own.
Yeah.
And it was amazing. Job. Yeah. And they're working on the second one. So excited for that.
And we got to give Cindy props for making the More Momentum because she did a fantastic job with the More Momentum.
Yeah. Another magazine. So a couple big magazines rolled out.
Yeah. This was the first one. So there's going to be, if you got one of these, hang on to it. Maybe a collector's edition one day, like an old Earnhardt magazine.
Uh-oh, there you go.
Where's Brandon? Brandon will be salivating now.
Speaking of NASCAR, did you see the wreck?
Nope. I quit watching it when Dale Earnhardt died.
Man, there was like a 16-car wreck.
I did hear about it, though.
Yeah, it was, whoa. It was
rough,
like,
huh?
it was like watching Days of Thunder when they all start crashing.
Oh Lord.
Cars flying around all over the place and spinning out and doing their thing.
So what caused it?
I don't know.
Oh.
I wasn't that interested. I just wanted to see the crashing.
Oh. So there's Brandon waving his number 3 flag.
And somebody asked about ordering the magazines. The More magazine, isn't that digital? Can't you get that digitally on the More website?
Yeah, it's I think if you just go to the more expo.com, it's listed on there.
And then as far as Beth's magazine, you can get that at some 4-wheel parts. I think where's that up in the
East Coast?
East Coast.
Yeah, but it's more of the central to northern part. But
is it okay?
But it's going to come this way, I think. From what I hear.
It sounds like it's expanding to more of the 4-wheel parts stores. But I think you can also get that at her website, and I think you can buy one on there. So it is you do buy it, and she'll send it to you. I believe there's an option to be able to do that. So
Power Wagon Okies with us.
There you go.
I believe his big ramp, Power Wagon's white and black, if I remember right. It was nice. I think I saw it at Riggs and Coffee too, down here in Tulsa. Quick note to everybody listening. We are also broadcasting on the More Facebook page, but after tonight, we probably won't be. We'll go back to just our Overland Radio, Facebook, YouTube, and then online our overlandradio.com, which is the actual radio. So if you're on the More and you're not following us on the Overland Radio Facebook, or
YouTube, you need to switch.
Need to switch over because you won't see us next week on here. We don't want to take up too much of Chris's real estate.
Yeah. And then also we're going to start, hopefully when we get an interview on and they have a company or whatever, or at least a YouTube page or a YouTube page or a Facebook page, we're going to be able to, because does it work for both or just Facebook?
On what
when we share it on there, like go live at the same time? Is that on Facebook?
It's on Facebook, and then I can make it go live on YouTube like we are now.
Gotcha. So we're hoping that with the companies that we interview and the influencers that we interview, we'll be able to go live on their channels and pages as well. It's just something real easy that we can do and do it real quick, and then basically they release us from that, and that the ability to be able to go live, and it's just super easy. You get it all set up for them.
Yep. Craig, thanks for hitting that like button on the radio, Overland Radio. We appreciate that.
Yeah,
we
very good. Thanks. And it was crazy the number of people that came up and said that they liked the show. Like,
okay, that was insane. The numbers don't do us justice, because I'm blown away. I couldn't believe it.
It was pretty cool to for one, that people listen, and two, that people seem to be enjoying it. So
that was another thing. A lot of people came by and said, I like what you guys are doing. I enjoy listening to the show. We had a few people that have gone out and started buying oil fire whiskey in certain select areas because they listen,
and telling others how to get it as well.
And telling others how to get it as well. So that's kind of funny in itself. But I think Michael and I both were really taken back at just the number of people that came by to tell us that they listen or they like what we're doing. And for that, I'm extremely grateful and I'm humbled.
Yeah, excited about the future. It seems like we're just two guys that like to talk, and so we decided, why don't we move this over to a radio station, go live, have some interviews, talk about things that are happening right now today, and share that with people, because that's what we like doing.
And we're working on some other things. We have the way we're going to get the content out is going to change a little bit. Nothing major drastic, but just, the way we do it. I think, kick it up a little notch, as old Emerald Lagasse used to say.
Yeah. And possibly the locations that we bring it to you from.
We could drop that hint.
Yeah.
Sure. We could drop that hint. There might be some other things, but anyway, so yeah, we're extremely humbled and grateful to everybody listening.
Yeah. And if you were at the More Expo, and if you are a company, a vendor, an influencer that we didn't get a chance to talk to, reach out to us. We would love to have you on and talk about your experience at More, your company, just kind of your travels, your story, everything and anything about it. Just send us a message on the Facebook page, and we'll get back with you and get you on real quick.
Absolutely.
Yeah. In fact, a lot of the people that we interviewed, because we did like anywhere from 7 to 15-minute interviews, because one of the things is they have to go back to their booth. We couldn't keep them forever because they have to go back and man their booth, and not everybody had a big team with them. But the idea was to connect, to say who they were, to say where, they could be found, that we were all right there. And then to possibly be able to have them back on the show later to really, really dive into what they are and what they're about, like we normally do when we interview people.
Yeah. And funny thing about the interviews. So we told you the story, or Michael told you the story about the global expedition and the lady in the Netherlands and her being able to see Miss Renee, who owns it, during the stream. Well, Ryan from CB Adventure was with me and Michael at the table doing the show, and he brought some items with him. He brought the what's the flask thing? The Brewtech?
The brew. Oh, I've got one. It's a French press coffee.
Yeah, it's a French press Brewtech or something like that. And then he brought the silicone boiling pot. And he's showing these things on the video and radio. He's talking about.
We're live. It's
It's
happening right now.
We get done with the show. I go with him back over to his booth, and
because you were going to buy one of the pots.
Yeah, there's a husband and wife in there, and said, "Yeah, we were just watching you guys while we were walking through here, but we didn't know what booth you're at, so we found it, and we're going to buy one." So they bought the flask, the Brewtech French press and the pot, and I want to say they were looking at maybe the 23-0 lights at the same time.
Wow. Well, and what Ryan we failed to realize is that everybody's handout that they had, their map, had numbers, booth numbers on it.
And we forgot to mention all
We
that.
forgot the whole time we never mentioned what booth number it was. We just said the company, thinking everybody could find it, and I'm sure they did. As they walked around, like they did with Ryan's booth. But
they were thinking a bunch of amateur asses.
yeah, so next year we've got that figured out now. When we go to these events that have booths, that the map might go by the booth number, and so we'll keep that in mind next time. There's a few things that we found. It's funny. We got it all set up, and someone walked by and said, "Man, you guys look like you do this all the time." And I was like, "Nope, this is the first time we've set this up."
Yeah, we're a bunch of bubbling idiots, so we don't know what we're doing.
We didn't have the right cord stuff, few things, and it was just one of those things you don't know until you set it up, but you didn't get it until the last minute. So we didn't really have time to go through a test run.
Yeah, some of that stuff was delayed and kind of threw me off, but that's okay. You know what?
I think it still looked good. I think it's still you
We
still
made
did
it
a great
happen.
job, Lee. Thanks for putting all this together. It was amazing.
We made it happen. Well, you definitely were the voice and the face of it. I just sat behind the computer, which is exactly where I like to be.
It was a good time. We make a good team for sure. So it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you got anything else that you want to talk about as far as the More Expo? I mean, Chris puts on an unbelievable show. His staff is his family. They're amazing. We did do a little bit of a little promo shoot. I'm good.
Man, you're an asshole. That shit's gonna haunt me. I'm telling you,
dude,
right now.
that's gonna be so much fun when that gets all finished. Friday night, we got to spend a little extra time at the More Expo after everybody got kicked out, and we were lucky enough to have Black Elk Media come with us, and
because they rock.
Yeah, because they're awesome, and film this idea that I had for a promo video to be shown around November of this year for the next More Expo 2022. And let me just say, it's going to be one of the most epic videos out there.
I hope so, because
it is so damn funny. I mean,
I'm like
Chris's wife was rolling every time
everybody was rolling.
And then when you did the I'm good,
the place fell apart.
Oh, wow.
I'm just telling you right now, this is not. I am good with coming up with the idea and doing my part to get it going, but the part that you're doing, I'm not. No, that's not me,
dude. It was so much fun. I mean,
you talk about like a fish out of water. I was totally out of my element, man. And the problem is that I don't know how to relax, and that's what it takes. And
and it's the first time that I wrote out like a script for I'd never done that before.
I mean, it was easy when it was all three of us together, and we were all,
but then they wanted to film us individually.
Yeah, and that's just
and then like different angles, and this is from their point of view, this from your point of view, and
my God.
They were completely professional and blew my mind.
And when the camera crew's laughing at you,
yeah,
when they're laughing at you and telling you you're on like take 9 or 10 or whatever it was, you just get the hell out and while you can, let somebody else do it.
And let's just say you guys need to be anticipating this video, because it's going to let you in on a little secret there at the end, that there might be a pretty big raffle with a group that likes to raffle things from More Expo.
Don't give away too much.
I'm trying not to, but I'm excited about it.
Well, I am too, but don't give away too much.
Yeah, no, we're going to be good.
Chris might want to kill us.
Hey, this is my baby. This is my idea.
Yeah.
Anyway, but I do appreciate Chris. I did. I brought up this idea that I had. I gave it to Chris, and I said, Chris, what do you think about this? And he got really excited, and he's the one that got Black Elk Media for us to video it, to edit it, and to do all that stuff that I would stumble and fumble, and it just wouldn't look right. But I know it's going to look like TV quality, like it's going to be unbelievable when it's all said and done. And not because we're in it, but because of the way they know how to film stuff. It's just going to be so much fun. I can't wait. Man. I can't wait to see it. In fact, I'm upset that I don't have the video that I can't just go back and watch right now. The only way that I can't see that video is going to the More Facebook page or Instagram page and clicking on stories or whatever. And maybe it's not even up anymore when you say, I'm good. My favorite part.
Have you ever seen bear maze?
I've seen it.
Yeah,
I've seen it work.
Yeah, and it works off a Scoville unit, right? So it's really hot and spicy, right? Yeah. You want to see how it works?
No.
You sure?
No, I'm pretty sure.
Lee, should we show him how it works?
No, I'm good.
This is a trainer, okay? Wow. So I wouldn't do that otherwise, but it's Lee tempted me to do that, and I apologize.
He does know I'm a lot bigger than him.
Yeah, but
I'm pretty sure he kicked my ass.
God, I don't know that. I just don't know that I could stop watching that. I get enough of that one. That's funny.
Yeah, every time I start talking crap, that's going to come up, isn't it?
Nah, it's fine. It's just probably for the next few months.
For the next few months, yeah. And then on an anniversary, and then it'll show up.
This will be the archives, and as we go, let's say 10 years from now, we'll have to pull this. We'll dig this one back up.
Yeah,
just along with the I'm good. I'm pretty sure that somebody mentioned that we're gonna have to make shirts or stickers or something.
I'm good
with a character or something. I think who was it? Trent said something. Maybe. Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
All right. Well.
All right, man. Well, I think we've covered. Well, and I know there's a ton that we missed. I know there's a ton of vendors that we didn't talk about. There were so many vendors out there. There are 100 vendors. It's 85,000 square feet. I didn't hear the number of how many people came, but I know that the first day there was more people the first day than there was the whole event last year.
Yeah,
I do know that.
That was I was. That's crazy.
It was. And everybody, I mean, pretty much everybody wore their mask. Obviously, we didn't when we did our interviews. We tried to stay 6 feet apart. We cleaned the mics every time. We cleaned the headphones. We took care of the area to make sure that it was always clean and clean the best we could, and, all that kind of stuff. So, and they had stringent rules anyway with the vendors that they had to clean their area often. I think every 20 minutes or something like that. So somebody had to go by and spray it down and wipe down where they needed to and stuff like that. So just really well put together. But I can't say enough about Chris and the way he puts on an event.
Yep. No, I agree. It was handled perfectly. I don't think that, we had a few comments while we were online about it, but I just blocked those assholes.
But for the most part, everybody had when we walked around, we had our masks on.
Yeah, and I don't think what people realize is that we did actually have, we would take wipes, antibacterial disinfectant wipes, and we'd wrap the pop filters and encase them and let them sit there for a little while so they disinfected in between. That way people could come over and they maintain the 6 foot between you and them, and they could talk without a mask on. So it was good. Oh, I need to make one more mention of a YouTuber that was there, and we forgot to talk about. I was going to actually mention him earlier. He came by and he was there. I looked for him Sunday, but didn't see him, and that's our old buddy Fletch.
Yeah, Fletch was there.
He was there making videos.
Overland.
Yeah, he was making videos. And Sunday, I looked for him to see what he was doing if he wanted to come hang out, but I think with the weather, he may have went ahead and went home. I don't know. That'd be my guess.
And from one Nissan guy to another Nissan, Rogue Overland was there.
Oh my gosh, that Nissan Xterra,
that Xterra solid axle swap is badass.
I'm sure. Now Fletch he's got one of those too.
Yeah,
Xterra, but he doesn't have the axle swap.
Not the axle swap.
So I'm sure that got him motivated.
And then I never did get to see Jamie's Pro 4X.
I didn't either, and I remember walking around. I just don't remember where it was.
Yeah, I didn't get to walk. when we walked around, we went to the bathroom and back. That's about the walking around we did. You did a little bit more because you were going to grab people, but
I didn't have time to look. I was just
it was just get to going. Well, awesome. Chris, thanks for letting us be there. Chris Holloway with the More Expo. Thanks for letting us be there. Everybody that we got to interview and talk to, thank you so much for taking your time to come by and talk to Lee and I. We really do appreciate it. This thing's pretty new. We're getting this rolling. We're figuring it out. It's getting better each time. Lee, you've put a lot of thought and energy into this, and I just want to let you know that I appreciate it. And I just get here, sit here and talk for the most part.
I didn't put that much thought into it. There's a whole lot of money's gone into it, but probably not a whole lot of thought. And by the way, Chris, tell mom and dad we said hey. I'll fill you in on that one later.
Okay. That's a way to end the show. That just felt weird.
Well,
all right, guys.
Tell mom and dad I said hey, and Michael says hey.
That's right. Okay.
They're listening. They listen to us like a lot, and so
I appreciate it. It just felt it was at a weird time.
Well, I mean, it's one.
It was just at a weird time.
Look here, asshole. I'm trying to be nice and sentimental here, and his mom and dad are really wicked cool.
They are cool. Yes.
Have you met them?
I think I met him last year. Yeah.
Okay. His dad built studios for like big names.
Yeah,
So I enjoyed having a conversation with them. So anyway,
they play guitar. They do all that kind of stuff.
They drink oil fire too.
They do now. They do. Yeah. All right. Well, everybody that's out there, thank you guys for listening. Thank you for clicking on the buttons. Make sure that you go to all of our social media and like it, subscribe, do all that stuff. It helps us out when we go and try to talk to people and try to talk people into coming on our show.
and share this stuff out there for us, will you please? I mean,
the more people we can reach, the more people we get to interview and talk to, and the more content that we get to bring you.
We ain't doing it for the money. We're doing it for the fun.
That's right. That's right. Now, one day, maybe both of those things will catch up with each other. But we'll see.
The fun. Do it for the fun first.
Well, you guys out there, thank you so much. And whatever you do, make sure that you always go all over.